If you don't have a young kid that helps you get in tight places, you need to get yourself one or rent one. Woo! I noticed when I was making my first pass around here, this is just a little too close to the fence. Actually, there's quite a few of them. This is what happens when the spray doesn't spray. These musk thistles come up. So I gotta give them das Boot. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Support Family Farms. It's getting busy on the yard here. The yard's full. Planters in the front yard. Field cultivator and big tractor by the fuel barrels, of course, because they like to drink fuel. Got the old 4430 out. Too windy today to go spray, but probably tomorrow we'll take great grandpa's sprayer out and go spray some pastures. Got to get that done before we get busy. Went and got the bull tested yesterday. I tested, well, if you know, you know. That's why the horse trailer's out. Tyler tested all right, so he's going to be a good breeding bull for us this year. Andrew and brother are feeding grandma and Tyler. It's finally drying out a little bit. Got a ½ inch of rain a couple days ago. Can't hardly tell. Ground's just a little bit too cold right now to plant. This morning we had a low of 30. It's not odd for this time of year by any means, but still a little cold to be putting the seed in the ground. Even though the seed dealers say to store your seed in a cool, dry place, I don't think they mean the ground. Andrew is turning 16 really soon. Actually, after this video comes out, he'll already be 16. So we spent the early part of this afternoon looking at pickups for him. He wants an old one that's older than me, so that's really old. Think we might have found one. Needs a little bit of work. The sellers are proud of it, but if that's what the kid wants, what do you do as a parent, you know? Got a little bit of our seed in. We are proud, obviously, channel planters, seed planters here. This is the variety that we use, 21478. It's 114 day corn, obviously, relative maturity 114. 115 day works very good for us, for our territory. I know as you go further north up into Minnesota, they get into the early 90-day period corn, which means it takes 90 days to mature. Ours takes 114 days to mature because of the region that we grow in. Got all of our channel seed in. Got a little bit of DeKalb this year too that we're going to try. Agronomist for DeKalb made us honestly a hell of a deal on it, so we bought some bags from him. Try that out on some of our better dirt, see how that does compared to channel. Obviously it's all Bayer company. Bolt seeds are made by Bayer, but they have a little different genetics between the brands. So got the kid picking up the seed boxes here. Got to use the tractor because the boxes are too heavy for the skid loader. probably tell you what it weighs. 40 times 56 pounds. 2,300 pounds, give or take. Too heavy for our skid loader with forks. Just getting it ready on the seed tender. Not gonna plant today. Probably in about 2 days we will though. Woo! Bring the 4230 in the shop here. Got a little bit of an oil leak on it that we noticed. Get some lights on it and see if we can diagnose it. Just caught that drip there. Looks like a mess. We'll get some light in here and see if we can figure out where the hell it's coming from. After some monkeying with it, found a leak coming from here underneath this cover plate. I pushed on the brakes and sure enough, that's where the leak was coming at. There was it's a hard brass line that we wiggled and jiggled and jimmied to get it out. After Andrew finished it off, not on purpose.
No, it was on purpose.
That's the other half of it. So, like brother said, I'm sure that's $400. It's not easy to get to. There's a bank right here. And it shoots high pressure hydraulic fluid to the brakes when you press on them, and it goes back underneath the cab on the other side. So obviously John Deere's is closed for the day. Hopefully they're open on Sunday during harvest, during planting. Maybe we'll get it in tomorrow. I doubt they're open though.
He says it's hard to get to, even though he wasn't in the cab laying down squeezed in there.
Yeah, you did a good job of that. If you don't have a young kid that helps you get in tight places, you need to get yourself one or rent one.
Taking up offers though, if anyone wants to offer.
Check and see if we got any new ones today. Like I said in earlier videos, cows are happy to come on here. Looks like they're getting it mowed down pretty good. Sticking their head underneath that fence and eating that alfalfa, aren't you? lunch lady made some really good pork loin and American fried potatoes today for lunch. So we got some potato peelings to throw the pigs. There you go. Make those pork loins grow. I guess just covered them in dirt. Got a really nice bale carrier here coming up on auction time. Sanderson Auctioneers. If you're in the market for one, check it out. It should be listed within a week. It's mine. We don't use it anymore since we bought the big black one. No sense in keeping it, so take it to my favorite guy, see what it brings. 5G spraying down pastures. Good morning. Back at it finally again this morning. Today we got great grandpa's sprayer behind us. We're going to spread some chemical at some pastures, kill the musk thistles and sourdough. Hopefully the hen did too if it's not too established. Took us about an hour to get the sprayer tips, filters cleaned out. Should be good to go. Well, we got all of our water on, the product in the tank, 400 gallons of water, 7.5 gallons of graze on, gets us the rate that we need to spray our pastures up here. It's a manual full boom. She ain't pretty, not very handy. We don't have the latest and greatest of everything, but what we have works. We try very hard to make sure that it stays that way. I already blew off a little bit on the metal section there. I can't cross because there's a creek right down there. So I drove up the road to get this big section done. This goes all the way back. If you remember from my video about the fertilizer, I started in the back. I guess when we get back there, we'll see if I burned any grass up. But we are treating this pasture. It's about a month before we take our cows out to grass. We want to make sure that we give them the best possible grass that we can. So we're targeting musk thistles, dandelions, sourdough, all kinds of stuff the cows won't eat. So it gives the grass a really good chance to grow and provide the nutrition for the cattle that we're looking for. So I got to turn my pump back on. I'll get back in the tractor and just spray this off. It's really just a simple machine here. It's PTO driven. Off the PTO of the tractor, you can turn the pump on or the flow on with this handle right here. So now it'll allow the product to flow from the pump. It comes from the bottom of the tank here, through the pump, PTO pump, and then through the product hose that way. So really very, very, very simple. Brought my spare parts with me in the cab just in case if I hit a fence post or one of the plastic lines breaks. But see, I'm applying product right there. We've always applied product with this tractor, our John Deere 4430. Got my notes on the tank back there when we cleaned it, when we sprayed with it. Because honestly, none of us can remember for crap. Got my rate per acre right over there on that side. B1 on quad ranges is B1. At full throttle, I'm applying 15 gallons per acre, which is the amount of coverage that we're searching for when we're spraying weeds out in the pasture. It's not very technical, it's just years of doing this. You get used to it, you know what you need to do. So I wrote it down so that way, like last year when 5G ran this, he had the numbers for him already and he knew what gear to go in the tractor and how full throttle and that type of stuff. So yeah, works for us. Here's the spot spot back here where I started the dry fertilizer. Looks like I did a pretty good job of not burning it. Grass is kind of short back here, but that's to be expected. That grass there, that's all underwater. Remember when I was putting the dry on over here? Got to stay away from that. Definitely don't want to get stuck with this thing. I'll have to get the big tractor to pull us out. So I'm staying far away from it. Last year when we sprayed, we used a generic Grazon. It didn't work. Honestly, it just did not work. I don't know if there's just a lot of water in the chemical formulation, which I'm sure it is since it's generic and it was cheaper, but just did not work. So we said, enough being cheap, if we're going to spend the time and the effort and the fuel to spray pastures, we'll spend a little extra money and we'll get the stuff that we know works and get it done rather than just wasting money and time. Busy looking back and forth, looking for wet spots, gopher holes. A little wet there. Yeah, she was a little wet there. You really can't ask for a better day to spray. The wind's only about 5 miles an hour out of the north. 60 degrees, low humidity. It's an absolutely perfect day to get good coverage and for the weeds to soak that chemical up. It's absolutely beautiful weather. This is the last section I have to do at this farm. Pretty good patch. It flows back up into the trees there. There's really good grass down here. There's really good grass if it can kill these weeds that are sitting right here. That's what we're after. I'm all set up, ready to get spraying. There's a lot of backing up in this patch. There's not enough room to turn around, especially as you get up there. So it'll take a little bit longer than normal, but you fool yourself out. Done spraying pastures. Now I'm cleaning out the sprayer. I took the filter off of it already once, rinsed the tank all out with fresh water. I'm running new fresh water with it now with the filter back on. We got a spray tank cleaner that we use. That's that baby up there. We use a half a jar at a time. And then I'll let the booms clean out, run roughly 200 gallons of water through the booms, clean that all out. Because when we use this in August, end of July or August, when we spray our alfalfa patches down for bugs, we obviously want to make sure this tank is clean, because if this tank's not clean, it'll burn the alfalfa. And it's something we definitely don't want to have happen. So let's see if I can sneak up on the pigs. Nope. Now they're my friends. There's a couple spots in my field across from Brother's house that have some weeds in them. I pre-sprayed back in the fall and knocked down a bunch of them. Just a couple little spots, just enough to drive a guy nuts. I'm going to hit those real quick with the big tractor while I'm here and have a couple of moments. So do a little dirt scratching.
Rolling thunder, calling down my name. Why don't you hear me wonder? Shining just like sin. Why don't you hear me wonder? Tell me, river, where your current flows. Why don't you hear me wonder? Ooh, ooh.
We don't start planting on a Sunday. I got my Uber. Appreciate you watching. Be sure to like and subscribe.